Hello, and welcome to another session of What the? Today's topic of discussion is going to build upon our previous discussions, postulating, obviously, and the credit versus merit circumstances. So, now we're going to get into what I regard as objective and subjective. So sometimes these things can be confused. So objective is somewhat of the opinionated circumstances. Subjective is strictly about factual based information. Of course, there's going to be different variations of what I might interpret, but this is what I have assimilated. So, objective is all the misinformation regarding the subject, and the subject is just fact-based only. So, always take into consideration the objective. So, what is the objective of their conversation? Is it business strategy? Is it personal opinion? Is it naivety? Could be ignorance. There's a lot of circumstances where people will interject into, well, I call it digressing. When they get away from the subject matter and they digress into their own opinion and it becomes objective and so on and so forth. And then at that point, you know you might have touched a nerve with that person. So, right now, I think in society, we are more objective than subjective. And instead of creating fact-based or truth or just the principles of exchanging information to perpetuate opportunity, we've got into the objective where instead of the perpetual opportunity of information being exchanged, it goes into the degradation of the information. Instead of okay, that's a good idea, let's build on that, instead of why won't that good idea work? And then they throw out all their objective opinions because possibly they have a competing business strategy where they are, well, they're like, whoa, that stuff is so good that we have a difficult time competing, and then at that point, they'll take away the business instead of saying, how can I create my businesses that will coincide with these new opportunities? And that's what entrepreneurialism is all about. Spurring ideas and innovation and so on because of new ideas and innovations that have been created. So those two conflicting ideologies with the subjective and objective, or objective, subjective, whatever might exist, we have to really root out what is the big picture. What are we trying to accomplish? Big picture analogies are, well, obviously I went into health the other day. Sustainability is one of the biggest subjects that we need to re-emphasize regarding natural resources. And so if we can create sustainability with natural resources, then it becomes more conducive to, okay, this is the subject, this is what we need to build upon. And then people that are objective, they'll be like, yeah, well, it's unrealistic because we rely so much on fossil fuels, and we have fossil fuels that will last us for the next 50 years. And it's like, yeah, those fossil fuels, well, you know what, we have better opportunities for those fossil fuels with innovations, and those fossil circumstances could turn into textiles, and those textiles could be utilized for better strategies. So the innovative side of humanity is what is, I would say, our best asset, to where we're constantly updating our tools, and with each and every update of our tools, that makes us that much more efficient. So the essence of what we do is to make our lives easier. I like easy. And the truth is easy. The truth is so much easier than, well, mistruths. So always think about, is it subjective or objective? Think about the big picture. The big picture is subjective, and then all that, those conflicting ideologies, that's the objective. So make sure you can separate the two and differentiate, okay, I am still on the path for innovation. And the hurdles are the objectives. And then the subject is just the path that you stay on. So always make sure you have that light at the end of the tunnel, and then all that objective nonsense and misinformation, you're like, oh, we got a solution for that. And they'll say, oh, blah, blah, and you're like, And so, anyway, just remember, money is not a finite resource. Money's flowing. Money can be created with innovation. It can always be created. So whenever they say, it takes too much money, just say, no, money is not a finite resource. And then that gets rid of all that nonsense, and then you can say, hey, I can do this, and then you can say, I can cut costs here, cut costs here, cut costs here, so on and so forth. So this has been another session of What the